co-host one more time, please, because I had to log out.
You logged out, logged in?
Yes.
Now you are co-host. So, good morning. This is the 52 Weeks to Wealth. We are continuing on our mission, on our journey, learning and utilizing the 52 Millionaire Wealth Principles. Why are they wealth principles? Well, because they don't change. And that's why we're going through. Why is it 52 weeks? Because there's 52 weeks in a year. So we know that to absorb all of these wealth principles correctly, you got to spend a little bit more time than just a 3-day seminar. Now, I'm a huge fan of 3-day seminars. I've spent a lot of money going to all of them. In fact, I've got probably half of my little tags and chains right here. But, but at the end of the day, for this to be practical, you want to be in it every single week, doing something new every single week. And here's the cool part. When you start the year over, it starts again. It starts again, and you're at a different place in your business. You're at a different space, and your mind is thinking something different. So you hit principle one again, think a million. It's a whole different mindset because now you actually can think a million. Or you're thinking a million, but not in a year. You're thinking in a month. You're thinking in increments of a million. Does that make sense? Excellent. Everybody gets it. So Millionaire Wealth Principle 19 is be a world-class expert in your business. A world-class. Write that word down. If you got a note, if you got a piece of paper, if you have to use the chat, that's fine. But write down the word world-class. And I want to define it for you before we dive into how to do it. I'm going to define what it is so we can set the goal, so we can make sure we're elevating ourselves to a whole new level. World-class.
World-class.
Well, obviously the world, right? Which means 7.7 billion people. So out of everybody in the world. And then class. That means you're there in a category. In real estate, we have classes. We have A class, B class, C class, D class, which stands for demolish. And then there's everything in between. I think all of us like to pretend that we own B- properties. It's a B-. It's a B area, you know, B- property. And everybody wants to own and say that they own A+ property, which is new construction. New construction luxury. A would be new construction. A+, you could say new construction luxury. And world class is above that. Does that make sense? This is the one, the best. Think, what's that building in Tel Aviv that it's the highest building in the world? Think of that, world class. Does anybody know the name of it? I can't think of it either, but it's got the twisty spiral going up. You can envision the building. We've all seen it. You know, you got Tel Aviv's got all the palm tree island beaches out there, and then you see this big building. That would be the world-class skyscraper. Is this making sense? Excellent. Thank you, Dorina. Keep bringing everybody in as we're going through this. Be a world-class expert in your business. Well, what's an expert? Expert's somebody who gets it done, somebody who knows all there is to know about what we're doing. So of everybody in the world, you're in that class of expertise. Now, it's not where you start. Certainly not where you start. But that is your goal at all times, to be the best of the best of the best at what you do, not at everything. Remember wealth principle 3, I believe it is put all your eggs in one basket and focus on that basket. Guard that basket. That's from Warren Buffett. And the reason he says it is because if you go all in on one deal and it's the winner, you win. If you go half into everything, a little bit into everything, that deal you could have gone all in is still the winner. You just didn't win. Does that make sense? It's like running a race, but not finishing one race because you got to go start the other race. And you join 7 races and you're just running a little bit of each. And so you never finish, you never cross the finish line. You just don't have the steam to get all the way there because halfway there, you decided to pull out and go to something else. Well, your business is the same way as investments. It's the biggest investment in your life, and it can make the most income for you because it doesn't cost money to create the right business for you as an entrepreneur starting. Doesn't cost a lot of money to get into. It may cost a little bit of time to learn the skill. It may cost a little bit of time. Some businesses require licensing. Some businesses require schooling. But for the most part, a business, say real estate investing, doesn't have much of a barrier to entry as far as what you need as a human being. Now, skill-wise, sure, learning curve is a fuck. In real estate, I've never seen a crazier learning curve and a more mismatched form of education, right? The gurus all disagree with each other. You go to one course, they're telling you wholesaling is the only way to do this. And then the other course is you've got to flip everything. And the last course, they're telling you rental property is the best way to do this. Then you think, well, okay, I got 3 strategies. I'm going to go to one more course. They're talking about tax liens and title and all the different ways you can invest in real estate that don't involve owning real estate. And your mind starts thinking, well, what is it? And if I'm going to buy and hold, do I buy and hold campers or multifamilies or single families or condos or duplexes? How many units in a building makes sense? You know, what is real? What isn't real? So there's a lot. There's a lot when it comes to getting started in this business as far as figuring out just your niche. And so real estate investors think that they can do everything. Real estate agents. Where are my real estate agents? Are real estate agents on the line? Excellent, excellent. Real estate agents think they can do everything. They want to take all the listings. If you got a listing, I'll take it. Yeah, I don't care if it's in Boston or if it's in Plymouth or if it's in Worcester or Springfield. Oh, you got a listing in Rhode Island? You want a house in Rhode Island? Shit, let me go get my reciprocal license. I'm going to hurry up and get this real quick so I can go over there and do that one deal. Being a world-class expert in your business means that you spend less time on every single deal and you do a better job, which means more money. The money is in between that amount of time and quality that you deliver. Does that make sense? The more value you can deliver in a shorter period of time, the more money you receive, because it's all about delivering value to the marketplace. We've heard this. We've all heard value add proposition. We've all heard add value. How do you add value? You know, you're doing influencer marketing, make sure you're adding value. Yes. Well, what if your videos take you 4 hours to prepare for? You're going to do one every day? Doubt it. Right? If your video takes you 4 hours to prepare for, I'd be lucky to get you to do one a week. This makes sense. We agree. This is coming back to being a world-class expert in your business. So think about it. If you know it's going to take you a long time to do a job, but you still decide to take that client on, it's because you're scared that you can't find a client you're really good at, or indecisive and you can't decide what client you really want. Is this making sense? So last week we talked about only delivering the highest quality product or services and from there constantly improving. Before that, we talked about high volume and high quality sales. And so we've been leading into this tightening of one thing, right? Dialing down to doing one thing and just slamming so hard on that one thing and not getting out of the business until you're rich. That's the key to success. It's really not that hard to be successful if you just do one thing and you start saying no to everything else. So I've been spending a lot of time learning about horses. So this is an interesting one. Horses wear blinders so that they don't get distracted, so they don't throw somebody off the horse. Has anybody seen horses wearing blinders? Can you imagine if a horse didn't and it was going down the road and it saw something coming at it? We know what a horse would do if you were riding that horse. You're not going to be on that horse very long. And think about your business. Think about you, the machine. Think about you, the focused visionary, the powerful person on this powerful big machine. a massive horse, maybe it's an elephant, right? And think about the power that your business has. And if you're going through chasing all the shiny objects, you're going to get thrown off that business, and it's not going to feel pretty too good at all. And you may even end up underneath it, trampled on. Is making sense? Imagine if your business is getting spooked at every little thing that comes by, a little mouse runs by and you get tossed off. Well, you can't get scared or spooked when you focus on one thing. When it's just go forward, move with momentum in one direction, and suddenly it's a lot easier. You can just, one problem comes in front of you and you handle that problem, and then on to the next, on to the next, on to the next. Does that make sense? So everybody in their industry can think of one person who is better than them. It's possible. Trust me, I know. I've done this a lot with a lot of different people. And so we're gonna do a little exercise, because I believe that exercises help you remember things. So take out a pen and paper, and this one we won't put in the chats unless you really like this person. But I find that there's sometimes a little bit of envy around this topic. And I will tell you that's not healthy. One, that's not healthy. Two, it's not benefiting you at all. And three, it's not benefiting them. And if you want to ever learn what they did, you should start benefiting the people that you look up to, the people who are doing better than you. So think about that as you're writing down this person's name, and why are they better than your business, or why are they better than you? Because this is the secret to becoming better than them. When you find out what your competition is doing, and by the way, I want to be very clear, becoming a world-class expert in your business is worth it. It's worth letting go of your ego. It's worth letting go of your pride. It's worth letting go of the little things that make you feel like you're winning, because you're only winning if you are the world-class expert in your area. That's the only way you can actually win. And so think about this person and think about what it is that makes them different, what it is that makes them do better. And then remember, they're not competition. They're your mentor. They're the person who is educating you to take over for them, because at some point they're going to get tired. At some point they're going to want a vacation. At some point they're going to want to do something else, or partner, or split up and do something different. Or they might just like you, and you'll learn a lot. This is making sense? So write that name down. Everybody has it. And now on the side of that name, or underneath, wherever you wrote it, and you can put it in the chat, write down the 3 things that you know your competition, aka your mentors, are doing better than you. Write down the 3 things that they are doing better that is increasing their income, increasing their happiness, and increasing their net worth. And at the end of the day, I believe that if you have a high enough net worth and income, you can have all the happiness you want. And I also believe that if you have all the happiness you want, you can deliver yourself a huge amount of income and high net worth. So we want to make sure that they're all happening. Think about, if you know them close enough, their relationships, and think about their health. These 3 factors are very important, because if they're not exactly perfect in all areas, you might not want to make them the mentor in all areas. So in every category, there's 3 categories: wealth, health, relationships. You got them up on the wall. In those 3 categories, make sure that you got a coach or a mentor or somebody you look up to, somebody who's really killing it. For the longest time, I had Arnold Schwarzenegger. I was like, dude, if I got those cannons, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, like, yeah, man, he's cool, he's bald, this is awesome. And so physically, I'm not getting tattoos, right? So don't do everything your mentor does. But, and I probably won't create my own tequila, although, hands up, should I create my own tequila? You thinking? Maybe? It'd be world-class tequila, you know it would be. You find the people who are doing better than you. We talk about Warren Buffett, Donald Trump, Seth Godin. We talk about the people who are out there killing it, because those are people that we want to do well like. We want to match what they're doing. And we talk about relationships, right? Like I'm not really that good at relationships yet, so we're still working on that. like Dr. Phil? Like who's somebody who has like an amazing relationship? Who can we think of? Anybody on the call? What do you guys got? Yeah, this is a real estate event. So cool. Real estate mentor. Look, ask Mike Shine for relationship advice. Mike, how long have you been married? 19 years? 20 years?
19 years, been together for 20.
19 years, been together for 25 kids, owning a business, buying real estate, plays in the stock market, and might even own some, you do own some Bitcoin.
No,
And so,
I don't own Bitcoin, penny stock.
Yeah, oh, penny stocks, that's right. And so we think about the people who are better than us at things and bless them, right? Bless them in their skill, bless them in their knowledge and what they've accomplished for themselves, and be thankful that they've done it, because that means all you have to do is ask and you can close the gap. You can become better by simply asking, or in the case of the real estate investment trust that I follow, by just watching, reading their reports, going on their website, seeing what they've bought, and really getting a feel, because they have to tell us everything, going and getting a feel for it. Or if there's an industry, if you're in an industry where you can find somebody who's publicly traded, go and follow, and even if you buy $1 of their stock, start reading their reports, right? Mike Shine actually gave me this advice a while back, and it had a very profound effect on me. He said that he owns Berkshire Hathaway because it's Warren Buffett's stock. He gets to know what Warren Buffett's doing. He gets to go to the shareholders meetings because he's a shareholder. He actually is. We own B-class stock. So if you know the difference between A-class and B-class in Berkshire Hathaway, it's basically a house. So, so if you can afford a house, you can afford one share of A-class stock. And it's unleverageable, unlike a house. You can't borrow money to buy it. So that's the
closing share price for one share of the Berkshire A is $300,920. So if you just have a spare $300,000, you can buy one share.
And as we were talking earlier with Ryan McDermott, it better be spare money, right? It better be just, I got like pocket change. I love that. So we want to be a world-class expert in our business. We all agree now that that's possible. And we know who's doing it. We know who's doing it. And in order to get more money in our pockets, right? Who's on biggerpockets.com? Who's on BiggerPockets, the real estate investment community website? Yes, excellent. In order to get bigger pockets, you've got to become, right? You've got to become a world-class expert. And the only way to do that is looking at the experts. In order to become the best, you must focus on the best and surround yourself with the best. The reason we pay for coaching is, go ahead, Terry, what do you got?
I want to add that doing it alone is never going to work. You got to have experts. You got to have people in your corner that are helping you do that, because the best investment, the first investment that everybody needs to make is in themselves. I spent a lot of money in my education and my learning to become the expert I am on helping people change and grow. And I know Walter spent years learning the real estate game to be the expert he is. And Mike Shine spent years learning to be the lawyer he is. And Mitch Jaworski, he spent years learning the stock trade. We all spent a lot of time on ourselves becoming the expert to be able to share our expertise with other people. And so when you want to move into expert status, you got to spend the money, you got to spend the time to really learn what you're doing.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're getting at. Thank you, Terry. Give Terry a round of applause. Terry's one of our coaches. Mike Shine, Mitchell Jaworski, Mitch Durfee's not on the call right now. These are experts in the industry of what they're giving advice on, and that's why they're in here. These are people who do it for a living. They do it every day. The people you should get advice from are people who do it. That's the reality. If they heard about it, if they've thought about it, that's not people to get advice from. It's people who are doing it. I was on a call this Thursday. Brian McDermott was on a call with us, and it was the Boston RIA and the Real Estate Investors Association of Boston, biggest one in the state. and we're third in the country, which is cool. So give it up for Boston RIA, growing and expanding. I get to speak there. I'm the MC, the master of ceremonies. Enjoy it. And the speaker came on and they said, look, there's a lot of gurus out there who are not doing what they're saying. You know, they've done one deal and they're trying to teach you how to scale and do 1,000 deals. And so Ron was making fun of me afterwards. Yesterday we had a little meeting. We changed our visionary meeting, our vision integrate meeting from Monday. We changed it to Friday because, and this is okay if I tell a little personal story about how me and my business partner operate. So every single Monday, we used to sit down for 4 hours and I would tell him exactly where I see the company going, what I want accomplished, what I believe is good. And he would tell me what he's afraid of with that strategy, or how, like what I'm missing, the pieces I'm missing, or that it takes longer than I think it takes. Anybody can relate to this. They could use a Ron Bowling in their life. And then he builds up the list and he goes and he does it throughout the week. The problem he addressed was, you know what, Walter, it works for you because on Sunday you spend all day thinking about your vision and solving all your problems, and then on Monday you drop it on me. But on Monday, I've spent all week thinking about what I'm going to do all week. And when you come in, now I'm all disorganized. So we came up with Friday. On Friday, we do our visionary integration meeting. And so on Friday, now he thinks all weekend. And on Monday, he hits the ground going. On Sunday, I've been visioning. And on Monday, I'm doing the things that I know I can do that I don't need his help for. The little things that I put off because I took all of Sunday off. And so he was joking with me. We always go out for lunch after we do this. And he said, man, like they said, they're talking about you. I was like, talking about me, bro. What do you mean? I was nodding saying, hell yeah, I know what you're talking about. He's like, yeah, they were talking about you. You're, you only do a couple deals a year. And I was like, yeah, that's what I teach. I teach a couple deals a year to make $1 million. I don't teach to do 100 transactions to make $1 million. Does that make sense? And so he's like, yeah, they're talking about gurus who don't do a lot of deals. And I was like, no, they're talking about gurus who don't do a lot of deals and teach how to do a lot of deals. And if we're going to call me a guru, then I'm a guru who teaches how to make a lot of money. We're doing just a few deals. That's what alchemy is all about. How do we get more from an individual person? How do we work with people who have more, want more, and we can deliver more to? Notice when all my mentorship members, all the future millionaires, where your hands at? People who've paid to be in the program. So every single one of you paid $1,000 to be in here or is a business partner of mine already. And so my business partners, obviously I brought you into the mentorship program because it freaking made sense. Like, obviously we're working together. We want to improve our business and our standing. And for all the people who came into something that I take very personally, the improvement of yourself, you paid $1,000 to get in because I wanted to qualify the quality of the client. I wanted to make sure that you had the resources to bet on yourself for 2 months. Because guess what? It takes more than just the money. It takes an effort of time. And when you can understand that connection, you're able to do all the opportunities. You can take action on the action steps. And we've seen it. Everybody in the mentorship program, give yourselves a round of applause. You guys have been doing an amazing job. I love watching it. I love seeing it every single week. Next one is Monday. Who here has experienced, heard, seen somebody else have an issue with Mondays? The case of the Mondays. Dude, I get lit the fuck up because Monday's coming. Because I'm hanging out with my crew. I'm hanging out with the Alchemist community, the tribe. You guys and gals, actually it's a bunch of gals now. Give Melanie, Darina, Emily, and who else? Who else just came in? It's Emily, Darina, Melanie. Say it, Darina, you're muted. I can't hear you. Who else? Huh? Steph. Where is she? She's not on video. Oh, she left. Okay. So, and Stephanie. These girls are killing it. Absolutely crushing it. And it's fascinating, right? We got all these guys coming in and the women are stepping up and coming in and saying, yeah, no, I believe in me. And so because they were able to drop $1,000 on their investment in themselves, I know, okay, monetarily, they're doing better than the most because they at least believe in themselves this much. And then the second part of the mentorship program, and pay attention because this is how you build a world-class business. You got to qualify your clients. I gave everybody a ton of homework. There are books to read, there are activities to do, there's a lot of activities to do. There's mental work to be done. There's the net worth tracking sheet. There's a personality assessment. All of this is qualifying the client to see if we can take them to where we want to go. It's a qualify, because a lot of clients in your business, focus on your business for a second. A lot of clients or potential clients, prospects, we'll call them suspects, will come into your arena and say, I want what you sell, but then never close. And there's only ever two reasons that they don't close. Either one, they didn't want it bad enough, or two, they didn't like you. And if you're a good salesperson and a decent human being, we're going to eliminate that one. And it has to be that they didn't want what you were selling. Does that make sense? Who's seen this in their business? Yes. And if you don't own a business, who's seen this in their personal life? You ever have somebody say that they wanted the things that you wanted and then they switched up 3 months later? And we're like, you changed. No, dude, you changed. We've all seen this. And so qualifying your clients in both desire for what they want and actual ability to get it is really important. So I believe that the money they put in is the desire, and then the tasks that they're willing to do money is desire, and then tasks are skill, right? Can they learn to do what you're looking to do? Every single one of us has a business that somebody has to learn something. We'll go even as simple as what Stephanie's doing, what Stephanie does with hairstyling. Somebody has to make sure the hair is prepared before you're going to touch it. They have to sit down in the chair for a long period of time and understand that they're not going to wiggle or move, right? We've all sat in the chair and been told at some point by some barber or stylist, hey, these are the rules, right? And we were probably kids. We learned the rules and we're respectful, but it had to be taught to us for that trade. I know that Mike Shine has the same thing. He's an attorney, right? He's an holistic attorney, and he has to teach people how to work with him. Right, Melanie, you own 2 Subways. So what's the first thing? Anybody ever walk into a Subway and you're like, I want that sandwich. And they're like, what else would you like on it? Shit. What do you mean? Okay, so I walk with you along the glass. Like, this is this whole process to the Subway that is so much fun and enjoyable, because once you realize, like at beginning, I was like, why isn't Subway just giving me the picture? Give me what's on the picture. And then now I'm like, I'm going to Subway because I get not what's on the picture, but whatever the freak I want. I made my own sandwiches. I got my own sandwiches at Subway, right? But there was a learning curve. Starbucks, it's the same thing. You get to have all your fancy words when you go to Starbucks. You got to, we're getting this. You got to train your clients on how to operate with you. This is how you build a world-class business. Suckers, the people who don't do well in business, the ones who try to serve everybody, don't have rules. They don't have a training program. They don't have a system to deliver what the person says they want. They don't have a system to pre-qualify the person. And if you weren't on the Boston RIA call, I took notes. I took the most powerful notes there were. The speaker, Billy Twyford, ended up saying that there are 4 secrets to being a millionaire real estate agent. He's a real estate investor now, but he was an agent first, and he did 200 transactions in his 3rd or 4th year. I can't remember which one it was. But his first year was 78 transactions. Like, my team does 78 transactions, but I've never done that personally. He was doing this by himself. Number 1, write these down. This is good. Prospect to find business. Prospect to find business. Prospect, think of mining, think of hunting, searching, grinding to find business. 2, qualify your prospects. 2 is qualify your prospects. Make sure that they can do what they're saying they can do. 3, effective lead follow-up. We all have heard this one. We know, that's where the money is, all in the follow-up. That's true. 4, learn how to negotiate deals. Everybody got that? Do I have to say it again?
Yeah, do it again just for the heck of it.
Prospect Prospect, find new business, qualify your prospects, effective lead follow-up, and learn how to negotiate deals. And when I thought about it, this is a professional. This is a world-class expert in his business. So I took notes, right? I took notes. Okay, this is good. And I've got this post-it sitting on my desk, and the more I think about it, the more I'm like, this needs to be on a whiteboard. This is one of those things. Number 2 is qualify your prospect. And I know that to be a high level, high world-class expert, you've got such a tight little funnel for your people to come through, but you've got this big, massive education program out there saying, hey, if you want it, this is how you come through. If you want to be, so for us to build 100 millionaires, we build millionaires. That's what our company does. But within that, we have Alchemist University. We have this big training company, this big prospecting tool to deliver and find the people who can be partners in the business we're building, in the product we're selling. The product we're selling is financial freedom, fast tracking retirement. If you've ever seen the real estate shirt I wear, the REA shirt, it says Real Estate Alchemist, fast tracking retirement. That's my mission. Not just for me, because I already did it, but now it's for other people. How do I get more people to fast track their retirement? How do I get more people like you to understand the 100 millionaire concept, becoming one of the 100 millionaires, building massive companies that really help other people retire as well, taking these companies public so other people can invest in them and hopefully have great returns, because you're going to learn how to give and deliver great returns. World-class expert. It's a mission. It's a purpose. When you start thinking of your business and saying, man, I'm going to be a world-class expert, this is where I'm going, sleeping is hard to do. I was up till 4 last night, 4 in the morning last night. And at 4 in the morning, I decided I was going to watch a little TV to chill, just to relax. And then I watched one of those Stargate episodes. It was like a version of Star Trek, and they go into this big portal, and they jump through the puddle, and then they're on a different planet. And that's how my mind relaxes. And I came to bed at 5 o'clock in the morning and woke up at 9 o'clock like, boom, let's go. It's time. We got to go save the world. We're building millionaires. Because the goal to become a world-class expert, I'm looking at Grant Cardone. I'm looking at Tony Robbins. I'm looking at the Gary V's, the Ty Lopez. When I'm at 10X watching all my champions on stage, I'm 10X, right? I'm looking, how do I do what they're doing? How do I serve more people? How do I become that? How do I serve these guys so they can teach me? Everybody's business is different. Think about those champions. I remember when I was just a real estate agent and I was just looking to do more business, I used to send Kyle Seabuth business. Right? Kyle does not need my business. I assure you, this dude closed 600 houses last year by himself. He is the highest producer in the entire country, highest single producer in the entire country as far as real estate agents go. And he lives in Rhode Island and he operates in Massachusetts and Rhode Island. And Kyle is somebody I send leads to. I could send leads to anybody. We agree? And I've heard people say, why'd you send it to Kyle? He's not going to have time to work with your clients. Look, I don't pretend to want to be as busy as Kyle is. I'll never pretend to be that, have that desire, but I'll also never pretend that he doesn't know how to, like he knows customer service. He's got such a tight system. He funnels his people through. Afterwards, every person I've ever sent to him says to me, man, he was awesome. He was great. Like, thank you. Like you gave us like literally the best agent that we've ever worked with. And it's amazing because I was sending them to him so that I could have a better relationship with him. Does that make sense?
Yep.
I don't mind feeding my competition if they're better than me. If they truly are better than me, then I want to feed their business and I want to learn from them how they're doing it. It gives you the inside scoop of what they're doing. Go ahead, Terry.
I got to say that on this idea of competition, it's an idea that we have to really explain somebody doing the same thing as us. But when we start thinking about it in the terms of competition in a fear kind of way, we're actually in a scarcity mindset because our competition is our best ally in growing. And so the reality is how can I start working with my competition in a joint venture way so they bring me up or I bring them up? And that's one of the reasons that I jumped on board with Walter. It's one of the reasons that I jump on with all of my joint venture partners. Because when we stop thinking about competition, we start thinking about cooperation. And when we start thinking about cooperation, we start growing, because everything about growth is working together. We cannot do alone what we can do together.
Thank you. Give Terry a round of applause. It's good stuff. And Terry is one of my strategic partners. Look, we got a bunch of authors on the call right now, right? Mitch Jaworski, your book, I think your book came in. I don't know 100% if your book came in, but it is. If it didn't, there it is. There it is. And I've got other books here from my celebrity coaches, right? Doug McGurk, who said he wouldn't be able to make it today. Mitch, who said he wouldn't be able to make it today. My brother, who isn't on at the moment. But we've got Mitch on, and obviously I wrote a book. Am I hanging out with my competition? Oh my God, these guys are going to sell more books than me if I don't bring their no, I'm like, hey, buy their books, right? They're all freaking good, right? Like come and get these things, right? This is where the money's at, right? Because I want you to learn on a level. I want my partners to do well so that we can expand and help more people. We have a mission, a singular mission of building millionaires, right? And it's cool because Mitch wrote the book on the millionaire mindset, right? So we're all writing different. I wrote the $250,000, Mitch wrote the $1 million, and we're all just working together as a team. And my mentorship members, again, where are you? Future millionaires. Some of you are already millionaires. Some of you are on your way to the second million. Excellent. Some of you are in this already knowing that I want to make you a coach. Already know, I've said it in our mentorship calls, that I'm looking to move you in that direction if you're open to having it, that we're looking to partner up with people. And it's one of those things that when you realize you're not training your competition, you're training your replacements, you're training your partners, the people to get you to the next level, that's how world-class leaders, world-class experts think. They know that, like, Kyle has never had a single reason to take me out to lunch, right? But he's taken me out to lunch 3 or 4 times. And every time we go out, he's delivering education. Yeah, this is how I do this, how I do this. I know all the systems that Kyle is using that I've asked for. And the only reason I don't know any system that Kyle is using, it's because I haven't asked him, because he would freely give it. No problem with that. And so, 1, ask better questions. And 2, in return, he would ask how I'm operating, doing all of the deals I'm doing without ever doing a single deal. I'm not at the houses, I'm not at the showings. All I do is teach, all I do is train. And yet my team will close 50, 60 deals a year, and the transactions are going through, and I'm getting a little check, and I'm out there buying property, just like he's buying property. We're all running very similar, although he definitely does 10 times more than me. It's effortless on my side and effortful on his side. And so having the respect for each other and saying, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Changes the game. We're close. Our markets are close. You know, he comes into the reason I met him was he was selling a house in my city. He was selling a house in Swansea, but it's, outskirts of Fall River. Like those people, I could have been like, oh man, he's competition. But in that moment, I was like, dude, this guy, I want to learn that. This is useful. What he's got right there, I'm willing to put it aside. Mike Shine, we have a book of the week, don't we? What is the book of the week? And what is the topic? Why is this the book that makes a lot of sense? And if you haven't, I'm going to put it in the chat. There's an article I wrote, a blog post that I wrote. It took me a couple of weeks, but Mike Shine helped me co-author it. And we went in and we designed a list of books that work with all of the 52 wealth principles. We're all on a mission, me and Mike at least, and our mentorship members, there it is. We're on a mission to read 52 books in a year. And here's one of the 52 books. Mike, without further ado, you're up, my friend.
All right. So the book of the week is Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. And probably if you've heard about this book, the big lesson, there's several lessons, but the big one is the 10,000 hours. So when Walter talks about being world class, it doesn't mean that you have to be a natural. it doesn't mean that you have to be born with this ability. It's just you have to put the time in, and they've determined that everything from violinists to hockey players, that's all in the book, all put 10,000 hours, and then they became masters at what they did. So just keep putting the time in, and that's the huge thing. I mean, it's hard to summarize, but it's a great book, and it really gives a different perspective on why people are successful and what an outlier is. So that's the book of the week.
Mike, there was one outlier that I thought had a great story. Do you remember the story on the Beatles?
I can't remember.
Okay, so I'll deliver it. And by the way, if you're on Facebook, if you could share this, and I know many of you already have, if you could share this video into the groups in real estate or in business, that will help a lot of people expand their businesses. And so I appreciate you expanding and teaching more people by allowing us to expand and teach more people. That said, the Beatles, we all know that they wrote more hits than any other band, singer, rapper of all time. Yes? There's still hits now. There we go. Nice, Ryan. Talk about looking up to some amazing talent, some amazing people. And the Beatles, the secret to their success, it's in the book.
Right. Now I remember. Sorry.
Now you remember the story. They were playing, I think it was 8 to 10 hours a day, every single day at I believe it was a strip club. It was a strip club in Britain or wherever they were from, London, England, wherever it was. And every single day they were on stage for 8 hours, 8 to 10 hours. Who's read this book before? Who's read this one? Am I giving away the information correctly? Am I messing any of the details up?
They were
Totally.
talking in the summary, they were talking about Hamburg, Germany, and on the first trip they played 106 nights, second trip 92 times, 172 hours on stage. By the time that they were done with that tour, they played live 1,200 times. Most bands don't perform 1,200 times in their entire career.
So give it up to the Beatles, right? It's all about being a world-class expert. And I remember I was in a band, we played 32 times and we thought we were killing it. We played 32 times and all we did was like 30-minute sets, 45-minute sets. Maybe we did 1 hour set, but we knew there were 4 other bands. We'd have to jump in, jump out. And the Beatles were doing like entire days, like full on, like they had to play and play and play and play all day long. And so they had got this unfair advantage of becoming massive professionals in a short period of time. It was 3 years for them to hit the 10,000 hours. So they just blasted through the training process to becoming a world-class expert. And if you haven't yet, this is a great book to read. You're going to want to read this. This is just, especially on this principle, this book is motivation. This book will get you realizing, hey, the road's a little longer, but there's ways to speed it up. And I realized that. A while back. As a real estate investor, I wanted to maximize my investments. I wanted to get the 10,000 hours in faster. And I thought about it. What is a real estate investor's job? What are we doing? What do we really do? And when I realized it's deals, money, labor, deals, money, labor, deals, money, labor, deals, money, labor, how do you get good at deals, money, labor when you don't have any money? How do you get good at deals, money, labor when you don't have any deals? Or how do you get good at deals, money, labor when you don't have anything to work on? We've all experienced that this could be real. Yes. Well, that's where getting my real estate license came into play. Suddenly, now I was working to put in the hours in something that I wanted to do for a living. I was working for somebody else, focused on becoming a world-class expert in the industry. And then I decided, well, labor, build a property management company. We built a property management company. And then I decided I wanted to be a world-class expert in raising capital. And so we built a training company. And we went out and we started teaching and bringing in capital for doing deals. And so it's become what we wanted, we had to teach. Now, next level is teach people how to get deals, teach people how to get money, teach people how to hire the right people in their businesses. The maximum level of a world-class expert is education. This is the level you want to be at if you want to expand your business to the next level. Look at Warren Buffett. He's always teaching. Ray Dalio, always teaching. Trump, Robert Kiyosaki, they're always teaching. They've got massive companies behind them. And they've discovered the highest thing that they can do is teach what they've learned. So write it down now. What is something you could teach to your clients to make them feel better, smarter, giving them social currency? Social currency is something they can transact with somebody else. Now you're giving them something they can talk about. And when they can talk about something, they have to quote who gave them that information. A world-class expert gives information that is exciting to transfer to other people. Every time I get something fun, I tell people, oh, my barber told me this. One of my students, Ryan, told me this. I heard this from one of my coaches, Mitch Jorsky, told me this, right? I say it all the time. Mike Shine has taught me so much. That only elevates Mike as the attorney. I'm looking to get Ryan McDermott on the Millionaire podcast or on the Alchemist Insights. Either one I'd be okay with. And I'm looking to get him on because I know he's got a ton of information. I want to be able to say, hey, Ryan taught me this. And so there's a lot of different ways. Write down one right now that you know you could teach. And then I want you to commit to getting really good at talking about it. Something you know, something you're confident with, inside and out. It's fun, it's simple, it's easy, and it's exciting. Last part's got to be exciting. It's got to be something that people would want to know about. Something that as soon as you mention it, they're like, how does that work? What do you mean? Where'd that come from? In my business, for example, if I say, hey, you want to learn how to make $1 million in 3 to 5 years, who's interested? Yes? So it was easy for you to say, I'll pay attention to that subject, right? So think of something like that in your business. Another example would be, did you know that there's a way, for Stephanie or other hairstylists on the call, did you know that there's a way for you to make sure that your hair is better when you come back to the chair? Did you know that there's a way to make sure that your hair takes the color better if you want to color it? So you can prep a little beforehand. Every woman on the call paying attention right now? Uh-huh. Every guy on the call whose hair's growing gray paying attention right now? I know. I wish I had that problem. Me and Chris Hayward are like, gray hair, what's that? We don't know. Ironically, Chris, it shows up in the beard eventually from what I hear. So we'll see. Right, Mitch? Think about your business as real estate agents on the line right now. Did you know that there's a right time to buy real estate? Yeah, a couple of quotes around it.
Years ago.
I'll tell you when it is, Mike. Right time to buy real estate was yesterday.
20 years.
Yeah, 20 years ago. That's true. 20 years ago. The next best time is today.
Right now.
Right now. Don't wait to buy real estate. Buy real estate and wait. Give Mike Shine a round of applause. Powerful knowledge. Love you, man. Go ahead, Terry.
One of the things that I have found with all kinds of people in the coaching world, in the investment world, in the business world all together is when they run up against, especially a money problem. I don't know why it is, but it's a money problem often is they go, you know what? I can't right now. I really want to. This is the thing I want to do, but I can't right now. I got to wait a week. I got to wait a month. I got to wait a year.
Yeah.
When you wait, you miss the boat. And instead of saying, I can't, I got to wait, you got to ask yourself, how can I? And you got to start getting your brain moving towards how can I do this thing? And start putting a plan in place and get in your network and talk to the people to help you understand how you can do what you want to do instead of move into that I can't dominated place where you basically put the brakes on everything, even though you don't know it because you think you just said I can't to this. But what you're really saying is, I can't, to growth. And so you want to really step to the side and go, how can I get around this? What else can I do? That's it.
I love it. Thank you, Terry. And Mitch Jorski, I see it. Yeah. My only regret in real estate investing is that you didn't start sooner. We all say that. I started at 22 and I still say that. Like, man, I should have started earlier. I have students that I coach and that I have coached, and some of those students are 19, they're 20, they're 21. And I'm teaching them and I'm like, oh man, I get so excited. Like, what are you capable of if you've got this now, right? Because I built my empire in 4 years, or well, I retired in 4 years. I don't know, 2 years. I was a millionaire by 4 years. And this empire, it took a little longer, right? I've been doing this since I was 28 and I'm 34 now. And so this, like at 28, I knew I wanted to be on stage helping people, but I hadn't earned the money yet. So I hadn't earned the right. Does that make sense? And I know I've been to the training seminars where they're teaching all of us how to teach. And they say, you don't have to be an expert in the field to go out and teach people. I did. And unfortunately, that was something that was necessary for me. It's personal, right? Because I'm teaching wealth. I'm teaching true wealth. And true wealth is one of those pieces where you kind of have to have it up here. There's a saying, you've heard it. If you get $1 million, you win the $1 million in the lottery, you better become a millionaire really quickly so you get to keep it. Because if you don't, it slips away. And the millionaire status is that you're able to hold onto wealth and get it moving to create more wealth. You keep the currency flowing. It's currency, just like electricity, just like a flow of a current in the river. You've got to keep the money moving. So holding it in the bank, your money will actually die from inflation. Now, the next year or two, maybe deflation is actually occurring. And I think it's a great time to buy any kind of asset that generates income. Right now, inflation in the future is going to crush the dollar. It's going to crush all the currencies because everybody's doing it right now. But inflation in the future is going to crush the dollar. We're talking about the milkshake theory. And if maybe I'll put it in the YouTube version of this at some point, but the milkshake theory states that as the currency increases in one side, we're sticking the straw in the world and the dollar is sucking everything up right now, which is a fascinating concept. And it's absolutely real. And it happens in every business, everywhere. And so make sure that you're capitalizing on it. Being a world-class expert is non-negotiable. And then reinvesting your money intelligently after you're earning that income is non-negotiable for the millionaire status. You can build an amazing business, but if you don't know how to sell your business, well, then it's not valuable. Every business that you build is meant to be sold. We build business to sell business. We don't build it to keep it. We build it to pass it to somebody else. The whole point of business is to sell the business, whether it's to your family, your kids, or to another person who admires you or you admired and they're looking to acquire. Business is meant to be sold. You think about the richest people on the planet. I've had this conversation with pretty much everyone on this before. The richest people on the planet have sold their businesses. They just keep a tiny percentage, happens to be the biggest percentage, but they keep a tiny percentage of it and they're doing really well. Think Warren Buffett. He sold Berkshire Hathaway. That's why me and Mike Shine can own shares of Berkshire Hathaway. B stock, be honest. It's the B stock. Ryan knows what we're talking about. I know Mitch knows what we're talking about.
I thought that was our goal, to get the A.
The goal is A stock. The goal is to have such a high net worth that A stock is like, whatever. No, but A stock is 300. How would you say the price is right now?
300,000.
Mm-hmm.
I heard something I'll never forget about business owners versus entrepreneurs. I love it. I use it all the time. And that is a small business owner, or the difference between a small business owner and an entrepreneur is a small business owner starts a business and holds on to it for the rest of his days. An entrepreneur can start the same small business, but they start with an exit plan in mind because they know they're getting rid of it because they're moving on to the next thing. And so entrepreneur, small business owner, they're doing the same thing, but their motivation is totally different. One gets stuck, one keeps growing.
Yeah, Caprice.
Yeah.
I invited, go Walter, I invited
Yeah.
my friend Caprice, who's in the
Nice.
chat. She's a young realtor. She just posted that she started at 19, and she just
Nice.
mentioned the E-Myth. I just wanted to give her a shout out because I think it was 2 weeks ago, she represented a buyer in a $4.5 million purchase.
Amazing.
That's awesome.
Congratulations. Give
Absolutely
Caprice a round
awesome.
of applause.
She's a rock star.
Yay.
Yeah, there you go.
That is
Yeah,
pretty
thanks for
amazing.
having me.
All right.
Thanks for
My
being
books are
here.
all disorganized, but I have so many versions of the E-Myth. E-Myth Revisit, E-Myth Real Estate Agent, E-Myth Real Estate Brokerage, E-Myth Real Estate Investor, E-Myth Contractor. I've gone through so many versions of the E-Myth. E-Myth Remastered, no, E-Myth Mastery, E-Myth Entrepreneur, and E-Myth Business Owner.
Did you have one for me, like the E-Myth Attorney? Or
E-Myth Attorney, I haven't actually read it, but you know what? Since we do some coaching together, I think I will. I'm going to order that one.
Yeah, I don't have enough books to read, Walter.
Yeah. Well, race to the finish line, Mike. Who reads it first?
I don't think there is enough books for you to read.
So I've got 280 books in my library, and I'm always, like Darina knows, I'm always ordering more. Every single day, there's another box from Amazon, and there's 2 or 3 books sitting in there. And that's just the physical books. My Audible is lit up. Every day I'm ordering something. Every day I'm burning through something new. And sometimes she'll walk into the room and I'm listening to a book and I'm just, pockets in my phone, my phone's in my pocket and I'm walking and I'm listening. And she'll be like, what one's that? I like that. I like what they're saying there. That's a good book. I want that one. Imagine having all of that knowledge at your fingertips, because you do. You do have the ability to take in all that knowledge. And I assure you, the world-class expert level comes from information and practice. Everything I hear, I implement. You'll see it on my calls. Go back to the first lesson of this and you'll see my training and teaching improve. Go back to principle 1, Millionaire, Think a Million, and you'll see that over time I've tweaked this to improve it. The model has gotten better. Does this make sense?
That one habit of reading the books and listening to Audible and just being inundated with experts all around you through your phone and through the books has changed my life in the last year, and that's direct attributed.
In a big, meaningful way.
Yeah, a big way.
One of the things that I tell all my clients is before we start making changes, before we start personal growth, professional development, building businesses, whatever it is, before we do that, we're inundated with the noise of the world. And that noise is positive, negative, whatever it is. It's coming through and it's programming us and we don't even know it. And we've been programmed since we were born. But when we decide to start making changes, we have to block out some of that noise. And the easiest way to do it is to start putting the information that we want to have at our fingertips all the time, in our mind all the time. And so always focusing on putting new information in, and then getting, like Walter said, getting the mentors, getting the people who have been there, getting the people who know how to help you move where you want to go is the essential next step. So always having that information, pumping your mind with it. And, when I started my first couple of years in growth, I had a lot of garbage up there. So I had to actually pump that stuff in my mind, and I have never stopped. And it is the best thing I can do.
It's making sense. Excellent. George White, good to see you. Olivia, good to see you. Elizabeth, Christina, how are you guys? Brian, Mario, David, I saw you sneak in. Alan, good to see you. Look at you. We got 2 versions of Alan. So this is the point where if you want to learn how to sell a little better, learn from a world-class expert. And if sales is not your thing, if whatever, it's not your thing. Like if it's not your thing, I don't fucking know what your life looks like, but shit. If you can't sell to people, then I don't know how you get laid. If you can't sell to people, I don't know how you get paid. That's the reality of it. So sell or be sold. If you're not selling, then you're being sold to. And I'm a buyer, right? If I'm being sold, like if I'm in front of somebody and I'm not talking, it's because I want to be sold. When I go to a training course, I am looking to be sold information that will move me forward. I'm the biggest buyer here. I probably spent more than everybody, maybe, possibly. Well, okay. You know what, Terry? You might have a little more in your spend than I do. But I've spent almost $85,000 in my personal education.
Wait, only?
Hold on, Terry. Hold on. That's just this stuff and coaches. That's not the over $100,000 in deals I fucked up.
Right.
That's not the millions of dollars in deals I missed, the opportunities I didn't take, the lessons I learned after evaluating a deal and missing the opportunity. So when I look at the cost of my education, it's astronomical because, and you are missing out on deals left and right just because you're not the right person yet. You don't have the right tools and skills. And they're like the difference between you and somebody like me who knows what the deals look like is I can count what I've lost. I can count what I've missed out on. Whereas when you have no clue the deal, like I'm doing deals you guys don't even know about yet, right? My mastermind members, my future millionaires are hearing about my deals. I'm doing them. You know, the condos we're selling. I just, by the way, for everybody on the call, I just asked Serena to go put in an offer on 2 6-families for me because we're going to 1031 some condos. And like, I'll tell you guys the deals I'm doing, right? But nobody knows the stuff I'm doing. I do it in silence. It's just like, you know, whatever, bang this out, bang that out. It's happening in front of you. This deal's happening all over your city right now that you're telling me there's no deals in. There's deals happening in your city right now that you're saying, I can't find the deals, but they're closing. And we're looking at the prices saying, oh, how'd they get that? Call them up. Learn how to be a world-class expert in your area, and you'll feel much happier. So selling is necessary. The better you get at it, the better your life gets. And the first person you have to sell is yourself. You sell it here, and then you make it here. Does this make sense? Creating your reality starts with thinking it and selling it to yourself. We've all heard you got to believe in yourself. You got to have some self-confidence. That's just saying you've got to sell it to yourself. Sell it in a way that you'll believe it. Sell it in a way that you can understand it. So we sell a mentorship program. And the mentorship program is designed to build millionaires. In reality, you already know now, I've given you another secret. It's designed to qualify whether the people we're bringing in who say they want it bad enough. That's what the mentorship program is for. That's why it has a price tag. And as far as my time to effort ratio, it's a small price tag as far as I'm concerned. But it does give me what I'm looking for, the ability to work with people to get to the $1 billion REIT that I'm looking to create. The $1 billion REIT that I've already sold myself on and now I'm selling you on. Does this make sense?
I'm right
Selling.
with you. I'm right with you, Walter.
Thank you, Mike. You'll be there with us.
REIT.
Hell yeah. $1 billion, 10,000 units. We're going to tie in a real estate brokerage to make sure that the dividends stay high because the real estate brokerage has a very low overhead. Yeah, sell it a little bit, right? No big deal. The mentorship program is to get people into that IPO 3 or 4 years from now when we do take this company public. It's the people who understand how alchemy works, who are building businesses of their own, who have now money to invest in something that will retire all of us, fast tracking retirement. Without building millionaires, I'd have to go hunt for millionaires and have personal relationships. And I wouldn't be doing the universe service until the company went IPO and I made everybody retire. Whereas by building millionaires, I'm servicing everyone along the way. Does this make sense? Doing the extra work to create millionaires means that I am going to put more value into the marketplace. Instead of just going and hunting for people who have already done it, yes, that streamlines my business and what I'm looking to create, but it doesn't hit my side quest or my main purpose, my mission. I'd say the REIT is my side quest and helping build millionaires is my main quest. And the problem with building millionaires is if you don't have something big enough for them to fill their money and their life into, then they'll just disappear and they'll find something big enough for them to fill their life into and their time and money. And I want to hang out with my friends for a long period of time. Spent this time getting to know you. I want to build this relationship and keep it going. Does this make sense? Is it fair that everything I do is for my own happiness, my pursuit of happiness, to continue? And as a side effect, the people that I hang around with, I want happy as well so that I can stay and remain happy. Yes. This is sales, guys, gals. This is sales 101. Sell you first. Sell you before I go into the sale of what I'm selling myself on it, reminding myself why it's important to have this conversation. So yes, it costs $1,000. Yes, it's 8 weeks of your dedication. And yes, this crew is in here with you. We start with you, we end with you, and there are continuity programs. Yes, I will upsell the opportunity to join masterminds with us, to take coaching from other coaches, to become a coach. There are opportunities that we will sell. There'll be a 3-day course, just not scheduling it at the moment, but you've heard about the 3-day Real Estate Alchemist intensive. That will be happening. We just haven't decided when. We know it will be in Vegas because I love Vegas, and build a life around what you want, build a business around your lifestyle. And so everything in this program costs money, but the ROI is ridiculous. The return on investment is stupendous because I'm an investor and I feel like in order for me to invest, it's got to be insane. It's got to be out of this world. So we're offering the opportunity. The mentorship program starts every single week. People have asked, well, when is the next one? Monday. Because the mentorship program is designed to churn out millionaires. Not every 8 weeks I start a new course. No, this is a perpetual process. It continues to go and grow with you because it's all up here. It's not necessarily that I have to teach you new skill sets, although we do, but the skill sets are only as important as where your mindset is. And you guys have seen, all my future millionaires have seen this, as you need a skill set, it takes a second to explain. Most of the conversation is around your mindset, but the skill set's like, oh yeah, here's the article. It's, yep, do this, 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 this. And within a couple of seconds, you've written all of the notes, you've taken the action steps. The skill set isn't the hard part. And a lot of people come to us looking for a skill set, and we send them away to other people who can teach the skill set, who do a one-day event, who do have a book written on a topic, who will do an hour seminar, an hour training to get that skill set in deeper. We're here to make sure you're a millionaire, not working in the business, building a business worth selling. Does this make sense? Every single property I own, when I started buying, I was like, I'm gonna hold this forever. Hold it forever. That was my Warren Buffett, my longest term is forever. And I really thought that it was that individual property forever. No, it's the asset class forever. And so I have sold, yeah, have I sold? Yeah, I sold all of the first properties that are in this book. If you've read the book and you've heard about my first 5 properties, I've sold all of them. First 6 properties, they're all sold. I'm into much bigger, better properties now. Would I have traded that $1 million portfolio for the $4 million portfolio if I thought that I had to hold everything? Would I be the multimillionaire I am today if I had stayed with $1 million portfolio? Does that make sense? Everything we build or buy is meant to be sold one day. It's the in-between that makes the difference. Can you make it more valuable? And to write a more powerful comment, write it down, because every business is saleable, I promise you. Somebody's selling your business right now. Somebody's selling a business just like yours right now. Write this down. How can I make my business more sellable? And then 2, who buys businesses like mine? What do they buy? Answer this question for yourself this week. Shoot me a text with your answer. If you can't do it quickly, this is your one thing. Because if you can't do it right, you'll mess up the sale. This is the biggest sale of your life. T. Harv Eker wrote the book, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. He retired by selling his business for $1.2 million or $1.4 million. And he took a year off. Who would like a year off? Yes, I agree. That would be nice. I sold one of my properties. The first time I took 6 months off, I sold one of my properties and I put $100,000 in my pocket. Tell me I didn't earn a year off. I didn't have to do anything. I was already making money from my side business. I was already making $10,000 a month from my real estate team. And I was already making the $2,000 a month cash flow, true cash flow off of my rental properties. And I had an awesome net worth of $1 million. And so I took 6 months off, right? Because the money was sitting in the bank. It allowed me to find the coaches and the training and the mental space to find myself and my mission, my purpose, what I was looking for. Who'd like to spend a little bit of time with themselves and figure out what they're here for, what their purpose is, what they're meant to do? Yeah. Be cool. That's what I'm selling. How's that? How's that for a freaking product? So you can go to, if you're interested, you can go to gualtermorello.com/mentor. I kept it simple. Or you can text me. I'll put it in the link below. Every single one of you has my cell phone. If you don't, shoot me a text because I don't know how that happened. But it is gualtermorello.com/mentor. Go and learn about it. 8 weeks. Well, we don't tell you about all the books yet. That comes afterwards. Because I feel like people wouldn't read if they felt that they had to. But when you get in there and you see all of our people doing it, then it's like, shit, I guess I'll read a book a week. So yes, you'll join the Book a Week Club. Who's doing it right now? Which one of the millionaires is doing the Book a Week? Yes. Love you guys. You guys are killing it. This is that part where I talk a little bit about the people in my program. If you want to meet true champions, this is your opportunity to see people who've made the decision to improve their lives. Anthony Walker, and this is what we're going to do to keep it nice and short and sweet. I want you to say your name, and I want you to say exactly what you're looking for, and then we're going to move on to the next person. And this is your opportunity, by the way, if you're in this program, to attract exactly what you're looking for from the 37 people on the panelist, on the participants. Anthony Walker, you're up, and then Ryan McDermott, and then we'll continue going through. Give these guys a round of applause. This is an amazing group of people I get to work with. So give them a round of applause. Thank you, guys. Anthony, go ahead.
All right, my name's Anthony Walker. I'm in JP. I'm looking for wholesalers to find me properties, 3 families in Jamaica Plain or Pawtucket on Rhode Island. I'll put my information in the chat. So give me a call or email.
Thank you. Give Anthony a round of applause. And please, future millionaires, get good at putting your name, number, email in the chat, and then a quick description of exactly what you want. This is a key principle to life. Ask for what you want and give people a clear way to find it for you. Clear communication, clear way to contact you so that you can get what you want. We're going to go Ryan McDermott, and then we'll go to Chris Hayward right after that.
Ryan McDermott. I am a financial planner. I'm also an investor. I am looking to purchase 2 4-family properties in Dedham, Massachusetts. So I'm very open to speaking with realtors and wholesalers that work with investors. On the financial planning end, I'll be real quick. If you're following all the different empire builders, if you're an empire builder yourself, Walter is teaching you how to build an empire. I'm going to teach you how to keep it and get it to the next generation, by avoiding things like estate taxes and planning around estate taxes. Thank you.
I love that. Thank you, Ryan. Give Ryan a round of applause. And he is awesome to have. We're going to go Chris Hayward, then we'll do Trip Woodland.
All right, everyone. I'm Chris Hayward, and my company's name is Ivanhoe Real Estate LLC. I live in Waltham, and I'm looking for any kind of connection to Lowell. I'm interested in investing in multifamilies, and I'm also interested. Well, yeah, we'll leave it at that. Interested in multifamily as well.
Excellent. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah.
Give Chris a round of applause. Chris is one of my shiny brothers. We carry the same barber. Love it. Trip Hayward, and then we're going to go Darina Pagodina.
Hi, everybody. Trip Woodland Contracting here in Norwell, Mass. Builder, remodeler. I'm looking to buy a multifamily property around me on the South Shore, possibly Rockland, Weymouth areas. So I'll put my information in the chat. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Trip. Great job, man. Doing an awesome job. Darina, then we have Saeed. I know Saeed's camera's off, but hopefully he's there. Go ahead, Darina.
Sure. Good morning, everyone. I didn't say hi to everyone yet. I'm Darina. I am a real estate investor in Worcester and Fall River. So I'm looking to buy off-market properties. So therefore, I'm looking to work with more wholesalers. And I also help buyers to buy. So if you are a buyer in those areas or you want to explore more and learn more about Worcester and Fall River, happy to talk to you.
Excellent. Thank you, Darina. Isn't she beautiful? I'm very, very thankful to have her on the call and around all the time now. Thank you for making all of our lives a little bit better with that smile. Saeed, look at sharp, man. And then George White right after you. Go ahead, Saeed.
My name is Saeed. I'm a real estate investor in Worcester. I'm looking to buy any value add properties, whether it's single family, multifamily, or even land. I will post my number on the chat. If anyone has any deals in the Worcester County, I'll be more than happy to look into it.
Excellent. Thank you, Saeed. You're doing an awesome job. Keep the good work, my friend. Give Saeed a round of applause. He is amazing. George White, and then who else do I see? Melanie, you're up next. All right, go ahead, George.
Hi, my name is George White, and I am becoming a wholesaler in the Dorchester area of Boston. And
Dorchester.
Yes, yes. And I'll put my information in the chat. I'm just getting started, and I'm learning this system, and so I'm moving along. Thank you.
Doing an awesome job, George. Thank you very much. Give him a round of applause. Then we've got Melanie Santos and our newest member, Brett Reed, after her. Go ahead, Melanie.
Hi, I'm Melanie, and I'm an investor in the Fall River area, looking for 3+ families and possibly New Bedford too.
Nice. You and I say the same thing. Maybe we'll do New Bedford one day. Give Melanie a round of applause. She's amazing. A killer. Brett Reed, you got the green room, the greenhouse back there. I love that.
Yep.
That's always been one of my fantasies. I want to have a pool with a greenhouse above it. Go ahead, Brett.
I'm in Florida in spirit. So I'm Brett, building the best brokerage that the world has ever known, Element Real Estate. So looking for, let's see if I can get that on there. Looking for some agents. The virtual background's not cooperating. Looking for agents or even somebody that's thinking about getting licensed, and an investor as well. So any kind of relationship with somebody in the industry would be welcomed.
Excellent. And for anybody who's paying attention, I am personally coaching Brett, and I am building the brokerage that I want to exist, that he and I believe will be the best company that will actually be sustainable and be able to help a lot of investors. Look at him floating his card in the middle of the screen. That's amazing. So think about it. Alchemy and Element Real Estate with Alchemy University. I can't get past it. Alchemy Elements. You're going to learn all this stuff. So it's really cool. Thank you, Brett. Great job. Wanda Rodriguez, you're up next. And then I want to make sure I get everybody. Emily, you'll be after Wanda. Go ahead, Wanda. Let's crank up your volume. There we go. Still don't hear you, but Wanda, figure out your volume, move over to Emily, and then as soon as you get your volume going, just talk over us. We'll know that you're back in the game. Excellent. Nope, don't hear you yet. Emily, you're up.
Yeah, my name is Emily Williams Lamar. I'm looking to do my first off-market deal in Boston.
Hell yeah.
Put my information in the chat.
Thank you, Emily. Give all of the future millionaires a round of applause. Did I miss anybody? Any of my future millionaires, hands up if I missed you. I don't think so.
Yeah, you missed me.
But there he is. We got your sound, Wanda. You're good. Go ahead. Let me unmute it. Damn. Okay. Now we don't hear you. Nope.
No, I'm Andy.
Andy. Oh,
yeah.
So Andy, although yes, you have the potential to be one of our future millionaires, we've got to get you into the mentorship program. Oh. So you're on your way, sir. The secret is you click the button below that says waltermiller.com/mentor, and then we bring you through the mentorship program, and you'll be able to join all of us on the Monday night 8 o'clock call. And if nothing else, check out the program. Just go and check out the landing page and see if it's something you're interested in. But Andy, you're on the drive. You at least know that it's something you want to do. So we want to see you there with us.
So Wander's mic isn't working quite right. So I'll say Wander Rodriguez.
Yes.
He's looking for wholesalers and properties in Cape Cod and Plymouth, multifamily and single family. And he's got his email and phone number in there.
Excellent. Thank you, Wander. Wander's doing an amazing job. He's also a real estate agent down in the Cape, so a phenomenal person to work with and just a great hustler. When you get to hear Wander and what he's doing, it's really impressive. We love having him in the group with us. So give Wander a round of applause. Thank you, Terry, for handling the logistics. And I want to give my coaches just a minute to explain what they do, starting with Mitch Jorsky. What is it you do and who you're looking to help and how can people get in touch with you?
Hey guys, awesome to see everyone as normal. I am an investor, primarily a real estate investor, and I help especially new real estate investors, rental property owners, essentially learn how to quickly analyze a property, usually using a property calculator. I have one on my site. I'll put the link in chat, but you can use any calculator. Just run those numbers. I think that's really the key to buying right. And then essentially just that A to Z process in terms of acquiring property, screening tenants, vetting out property management, all the things that a newer investor might not know, or someone that maybe only has 1 or 2 deals under their belt. I can help with all that. Also, I do a blog post on my website that just shares knowledge I've acquired over the last 7 or 8 years of investing in real estate. So feel free to consume it, and I'll drop my contact info in the chat and hit me up. I'm happy to help in any way.
Thank you very much, Mitch Jorsky. Give him a round of applause. He has been coaching with us for a while now and just a good friend on a lot of our other calls. And it's always good to have Mitch's opinion and his insight. Michael Shine.
Hey, Walter.
I love it. Not only is Mike Shine the co-host of 100 Millionaires podcast, he's also a great friend and a phenomenal attorney. Go ahead, Mike. What is it you're looking for?
Okay, so on the real estate attorney side, I'm a closing attorney. I close in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. I can help you with all your assignments and any of the wholesaling stuff you're doing. Happy to help with that. Answer any questions. Working with some of you already. Thank you. And on the investment side, my wife and I already invest, and we're looking to get bigger. So. Anything in North Kingstown, Newport, East Greenwich. We're also with Ryan McGovern. We're working in Pawtucket. So if you find something, love to buy it. I am a buyer.
Hell yeah. Mike is a buyer. He will buy, but it's got to be a great deal.
That's right.
Give Mike a round of applause. He's always helpful, always adding value on all of our calls. Appreciate you, Mike. Wonderful. Terry Wager. Tell us a little about yourself, brother.
I am a high performance mindset coach. Emotional state is one of the things that causes all of us to back up and get freaked out. I help you to align your emotional state with your mindset and really step into every frightening deal that you can have. I help you just move forward from where you were to where you want to be. And so I've been doing this for over 20 years. I've worked in prisons. I've worked in mental hospitals, really understanding the mind. And I stepped out of that to really help people start making money, because when I started working with entrepreneurs, I saw all of what I was doing to try to help people like just be okay, to help people excel in amazing ways. And I really like the acceleration. I really like that. I help people generate the life, the business, relationships that they love. So that's what I do.
Thank you, Terry. Give him a round of applause. And to everyone who is on this call every single Saturday, you know who you are. And the people who text me every single week, you know who you are. I appreciate the relationship we have and being able to help you get to where you want to go. And thank you so much for the opportunity. I appreciate each and every one of you. That said, set the goal to be a world-class leader. Yes, Dave, you, Zach, you guys are on it. Christina, Elizabeth, Mario, it's amazing to have each and every one of you in the community. Set the goal to be a world-class expert in your business. Even if it takes you 7 to 10 years, it's worth it. I promise. Set the goal today, start today, because the time is going to pass anyway. That was the realization that changed my life. The time was going to pass anyway. And I had no experience in real estate. I had no experience in developing people and writing books and education. I had no experience in any of it. I was an accountant. But I decided that I was going to change my life today so that 7 years from now, I could be in a place that I wanted to be. Does that make sense? Make that commitment to yourself, to your family, to your community, to the people who work with you, the people who work for you, your partners, the people you will touch one day, because if you don't, nobody else will. Understand you're here to serve your purpose, your thing, whatever your thing is. It's different, it's special, and if you don't serve on the level that you're capable of, somebody's missing out. And so it's up to you to become that world-class expert and keep getting better every day. And it's okay that if you're not perfect yet. Every master was once a disaster. I still miss deals. I still make mistakes on deals, but they're bigger deals. And that's where you want to be, working on bigger, newer deals that are going to improve your life and improve the lives of others. So that said, it is an honor to see you every single week. Cheers to your success. To the people in the mentorship program, my future millionaires. I will see you Monday, 8 o'clock. For everybody who's in the wholesale mastermind, I'll see you Monday at 5 o'clock. Cheers to your success. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Appreciate you guys.
Hi, Walter.
Bye, Mike. Later, Terry. Bye, Mitch.
Later, Michael. Later, Mitchell.
Hell yeah. Light up. Bye, guys.
Bye, Mike. Bye, Walter.
Bye, Mario. Later, Dave. Bye, Alicia.
See ya, everybody.
Later. Yeah. Go get it. Beautiful out there. Enjoy the weather. Later, Alan. Bye, Emily. Later, Zach. Get it, Andy. Click the link. Andy, sign up with us. I know you want in. We'll get you. Bye, Christina. All right.